Okay, my friends, here on the right hand side, this is Hijaz Railway. As I told you, it was used by the Muslim pilgrims moving from or traveling from North Syria and Jordan to Mecca to do the Hajj. Right now, it is not used anymore by the travelers. It is only used to transfer potash and minerals from Aqaba to Wadi Ram. Now, as we are driving to Petra, we will talk about the history of the Nabatean city. Petra is a city, a famous city in the north of Jordan. It was built by the Nabateans. It was built by the Nabateans. Now, Nabateans came to Jordan, or to the south of Jordan, and established their kingdom, Petra, in the 312 BC. In the 312 BC, while the first people who lived in the south of Jordan were the Edomites. Now the Edomites were the first people who lived in the site of Petra, and in the south of Jordan in general. Aqaba, Petra, Ma'an, until Tafila in the south of Jordan. Now the Nabatean civilization actually is very old. Now they were first known during the 6th century BC. 6th century BC. Now their civilization extended from the north of Saudi Arabia until the south of Lebanon. Okay, this is let's say the borders of the Nabatean kingdom. The north of Saudi Arabia to the south of Lebanon. Now Jordan was part of the Nabatean kingdom. Now their capital city was Petra. Petra was the capital city of the Nabateans, and actually Petra is a Greek name. Petra is a Greek name. It's not Arabic. So the old name of Petra is Rakim, R-A-Q-I-M. Now the Greek name Petra means the rock or the stone. The rock or the stone. Why it was called the rock or the stone? Because when we are in Petra, you will see a lot of caves in the site of Petra. So now Nabatean people used to live inside those caves. So when the Greek tried 2 times to invade Petra, but during those 2 times they failed. So one of the Alexander the Great leaders, his name was Antigonus, the one-eyed. Antigonus, the one-eyed. He called it Petra because he thought the Greek were fighting the rocks, because those people came, or they used to come out from their caves and fight, because those people also know the nature of the place very well. So this element was very supportive. I mean, it helped the Nabateans to defeat the Greeks 3 times actually. The last one was the last attempt to invade Petra was by Antigonus the one-eyed. So he called it Petra. Historians actually called Petra 3 names. They called it many names. One of the famous names for Petra is the Red Rose City. The Red Rose City. Now, it was called the Red Rose City because the entire city is carved out from the sandstone. And the most familiar or most famous color in Petra is pink. So historians called it Red Rose City because of the sandstone color that is pink. Some historians called it the City of Death. The City of death. And actually it is called the city of death because Petra is full of tombs. I mean, those tombs were not in the same shape. We have tombs designed and rich in decorations. Now those kind of tombs are known as facade. Facade, F-A-C-A-D-E, facade. And people who are buried inside those tombs are kings, Nabatean ministers, Nabatean important politicians. The other kind of tombs is the caves. Now, those caves, part of them, or some of them was not only a house, but also it was used as a tomb. And the historians found a lot of inscriptions inside those tombs that has the name of the owner of the tomb and his family. So the Nabateans believed in the afterlife, so they used to dig their own graves in the city before they built their houses, because they believed in the afterlife. Some also of the historians called the city the Lost City. The Lost City, because during the time of the Muslims, after 636, Petra as a civilization existed, but after this date no one mentioned the name of Petra. It became totally lost, because when the Muslims came after they won the battle in the north of Jordan at the Yarmouk River, they moved their capital city from Jordan to Damascus in Syria. So Jordan was totally forgotten, and Petra also, until it was rediscovered in 1812. In 1812, Petra was rediscovered by the Swiss traveler William Burckhardt. Why Nabateans choose this site in particular to establish their kingdom in the south of Jordan? Actually, Nabateans, when they migrated from the north of Saudi Arabia, they settled down in the south of Jordan in 312 BC, and I told you this site was first inhabited by the Edomites. So they established their kingdom in 312 BC. The location of Petra is very strategic, because Jordan is located in the middle between Hijaz, Africa, Egypt, and the north, the Roman Empire. So the Roman Empire at the north, and Africa, Egypt, and Hijaz were in the south. So the site or the location of Petra is very strategic, because of this. The Nabateans controlled the trading routes among or between these two empires, the Roman Empire in the north and the trading route, or the trading route in Egypt and in Hijaz. Actually, the Treasury in particular is very special, because you will be seeing a lot of influences on the facade of the Treasury. Actually, the first thing we will see in Petra is the blocks, or the jinn blocks. And the word jinns or jinni means ghost or spirit.
Ghost, jinni block.
Now, historians and travelers, and sometimes the locals, named those different monuments in Petra with very strange names, actually, like this one, jinni blocks. Actually, the word has nothing to do, or the name has nothing to do with the original function of the monument. I mean, the name jinns or jinni is just a name. It has nothing to do with the function of the blocks. Now the blocks, there were a lot of theories about the blocks. in Petra. Some historians said that those blocks were protecting God, or the protecting gods of Petra, because they are located at the entrance of Petra. Some historians said no, those blocks were just a water reservoir or a water cistern, and this is also wrong. And the most, or the correct theory, that those blocks were just another kind of tombs in Petra. So those blocks were just tombs or another kind of tombs in Petra. After the blocks, we will see the tomb of the cross steps. The tomb of the cross steps. Now, this tomb is very special. Actually, it is a VIP tomb. One of the Nabatean famous kings was buried inside this tomb, the cross steps facade, or the cross steps tomb. So this is the first, the first influence you will be seeing on the right hand side after the blocks. In the front of the cross steps, you will see another influence. Now, another kind of tombs. This kind of tomb is known as the obelisk tomb. Obelisk tomb. Now, obelisk is a triangle shape. If you go to Egypt, you will see a lot of those buildings, the obelisk. So here in Petra, you can see one of them in front of the cross steps too. So this is influence number 2. That is the Egyptian influence. Now, in the first floor, under the obelisk tomb, you will see something called the triclinium. Triclinium. It is a hall with 3 chambers or 3 rooms. It was used actually to honor the dead kings with a banquet. It is one of many actually in the
Parang wala naman nakatira dyan, no?
And after we see the obelisk tomb, we will go to see the next monument.
Ghost town.
That is known as the tunnel. The tunnel, and the tunnel actually is a very important part of the city of Petra. The one we will see in Petra is the new one. It was built in 1969, but the new one was built actually on the top of the Nabatean old one. The Nabateans actually were very professional in water designing, especially they were like water diviners. So as the kingdom of Petra in the desert, the Nabateans were able to drag water from the neighboring rivers and springs to the city of Petra. So they built this tunnel to provide the whole city with water, and to protect also the city of Petra from floodings, because also Petra is famous for flash floodings. The Nabateans were very clever, so they built this tunnel to protect the city from floodings and to, let's say, to get the benefit of the water falling on the top of the mountains in winter. Now all the water falling down from the mountains in the winter used to gather in the tunnel and through the clay pipes underground connected to the canyon. They provided the entire city with water. Now after the tunnel, we will be walking in the canyon that is known as Seek. S-I-Q. S-I-Q. Seek. Now this is the local name, Seek, and the Seek actually is a canyon. It's about 2 kilometers long, with 80 meters high, with 12 meters wide. it is a very sacred place, because as you are walking in the sea, you will see on both sides of the canyon, you will be seeing a lot of idols representing the greatest Nabatean god, Tushara. The greatest Nabatean god, Tushara. You will be seeing a lot of gods and idols now representing Tushara, or the god of sun. The god of sun, the Nabatean god of sun, his name was Tushara. You will also see the carved water channels on both sides of the canyon. We will stop also in the canyon and see the sculpture of the Nabatean leader of the caravan. We will also see the Sabinus station, and after that we will be seeing the Treasury. Now the sea or the canyon is the only way that leads to the Treasury, the masterpiece of Petra. So after the sea or the canyon, we will see the Treasury. We will stop and explain about the different influences or different, idols or sculptures that you can see on the facade of the Treasury. Now, the Treasury actually is, or the name Treasury is also another strange name that you can hear in the site of Petra. The Treasury is also a tomb for the Nabatean king Aretas IV. Aretas IV was a very famous king, a very famous Nabatean king. He ruled the kingdom of Petra from 9 BC until 40 AD. During his reign, or during his time, the city of Petra became very wealthy and very rich. So the people of Petra honored him by carving his tomb for him and for his family. So the facade of the Treasury is just another kind of tombs that you can see in the city of Petra. And the last thing to see after the Treasury is the Roman theater. The Roman theater. And actually the name Roman, the name of the theater is Roman theater, but actually it was built by the Arab Nabateans. It was built or carved by the Arab Nabateans. Now a little bit away, let's stop talking about Nabateans for a minute and talk about Wadi Ram. Wadi Ram on the right hand side. On the right hand side, this is Wadi Ram. Here in Jordan, Wadi Ram is a very famous place. Here in Jordan, we call it, with Petra and Aqaba, they are called the Golden Triangle of Jordan. The Golden Triangle of Jordan. Wadi Ram, Petra and Aqaba. Those three places are included in the same manifest. So if you are driving from Amman to the south of Jordan, you must stay in Wadi Ram for 2 nights, because it's a very amazing place. And Wadi Ram is also famous for many activities you can do there, like ballooning, hiking and trekking, climbing, horse riding, camel riding, camping, meditation, and inside Wadi Ram we have a lot of luxury actually camps. Those kind of camps is called or known as the bubbles or bubble camps. They're very expensive. They are very expensive, but it is a good experience to spend an overnight in one of those luxury camps in Wadi Ram. It is also famous for the jeep tours. We have 2 hours jeep tour and 3 hour jeep tour in Wadi Ram. Most of the people living in Wadi Rum are Bedouin people. In the winter, they live in the desert, and in the winter they live in the village. We will about 10 minutes to see the village or the Bedouin village. And the summer, they move back to live in the desert of Wadi Rum. So this place, Wadi Rum, Petra and Aqaba, here in Jordan we call them the Golden Triangle of Jordan. Here in Wadi Rum we have the highest mountain in Jordan. It is called Dami Mountain. It's about 800 meters high. 800 meters high. And actually, if you come to Jordan again, you must visit Wadi Rum and spend at least 2 nights in one of the luxury camps in Wadi Rum.